What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing out there this evening? I'm trying to get rid of the ads on my own live stream. So, how's everybody doing out there? Is it hot or is it really, really, really hot? Here in Florida, it's disgustingly hot. Just within half hour of the garden, I'm pouring sweat. I'm losing weight. I don't know. Maybe I should just stay out there for a long period of time and wither away to skin and bones, right? If it was just that easy. All right, folks. So what I want to do here is I'm going to check something real quick. That is quite interesting. I'm looking at a different format of YouTube, kind of looking things up. All right. First of all, we got a couple things we're going to do tonight. First, I got some updates that I want to go over with you. I want to say hello to some of you folks in chat as well. Before we get into the meat and potatoes of this live stream. And also a couple of heads up kind of things like that. For you folks that are here on the live stream, I got something important to tell you. And what is that? Weird stuff. But let me start off with saying hello to some of you awesome people in here. Good evening, Nate. I see Yarn Preppers in the house as well. Pilgrim Prepper. Jeff says, I don't have a snow shovel or ice scraper. If it snows here that would be the least of my worries. Yeah, I can see that, Jeff. Just imagine this, Jeff. In Florida, in our area, if it was to ever drop just a few inches of snow, it would be Armageddon. Just because people wouldn't know what to do with themselves. Who else do we got? Jennifer Cruz in the house. Good to see you as well. JT, always good to see you. Michelle, Kevin. Who else? Mama Bear J15, free at last. Mr. Head, I'll discuss that, Mr. Head. I've got emailed about it a couple of times and some other stuff in regards to Miss Harris. What's going on with that? Don't you know? I'm not looking for a brutal winter. Wisconsin, from you, Mark, Yarn, and a few other folks that live out in Wisconsin say it's not good. It's not good winter up there. Just having a normal winter in Wisconsin. Free at last. Good to see you as well. All right, who else we got? KB in the house. You see Forrest, good evening. Let me see. Dakota Hayes is here as well. Rafter Stacker. You know I love that name. Always good to see that name in chat. I just love the way it sounds. What's up, Daisy? Good to see you as well. 100 degrees, perfect time to talk about winter. Love it. Agreed. Some people are probably thinking, Grey's talking about winter preparedness. He's talking about a few different things. And the reason I'm talking about it, because it is hot, but winter will be approaching extremely quickly. More than we care to expect. You know what I mean? A lot of people may or may not know what's headed their direction. Who else do we got in chat? Let me see. Come back on the side of the street, has no snow on it. Let me see. Just trying to scroll down here, folks. Prepping Survival, good to see you as well. I don't want to miss anybody, but sometimes it'll happen because I'm scrolling fast. Let me see. Who else do we got? Snakebite, what's up? All right. I'm trying to make sure I don't repeat myself. Valerie, I see you in there as well. Good to see you, Valerie H. Kathleen Ralston. Hello, Grey community. It's 104. I say, bring on the dark winter. Roger that. Let me see. Who else do we got? Don't want to. Hey, Jan, good to see you as well. Chet, good to see you as well. See a few of you folks in here. Did I get you, Peg Leg? I see you in there as well. I know I got Pilgrim. Rena LaRue. Rena, I'm really glad you're here tonight, Rena. Creative Redundancy, good to see you. I'm so far behind, folks. Marilyn, good to see you as well. Flyover. I guess there's a Pony Girls here as well. Tennessee Prepping Lady, good to see you. Vicki Jordan, Colleen Rich, Firefox 1960, John Jones, Johnny Finance, Robert Bates is here as well. Mike Stiles, you can't post like that thumbnail till December 31st. Right on, Mike. Disney up, Boiler up. What's up, Wink? Dobie Farrar. I know I got Nate Vid, BICU popping in there as well. Jessica Garcia, Lisa Brooks, B. Walker in the house, Libby Lauderdale, Beretta Vandy, good to see you as well. Harvey Black, Willow of Moonhaven, Peter Rouse, let me see, Teresa D, Deanna Emmons. You know I'm going to mess this one up. Shiltron Munitions, but always good talking to you, brother. All right, let me see who else. Lady TIC here as well. Allison Sherman, Morty's in the house. Mark Witcher, Lisa Brooks, RG71. What's up, Richard? I think I might have got everybody. I see Katie, 27320. Does Florida even own snowplows? Probably not. Maybe in the Panhandle they may have one rusting away somewhere, but who knows? Pippi Lou, good to see you. I almost said Pepe Le Pew. Oh God, the things that pop into my head sometimes. All right, folks. So let's go ahead and get started. And first of all, folks, you guys know I love when I get postcards, and I want to say thank you so much, Rena, for sending me a couple postcards. Rena, this one's from Rena LaRue. They're both from Rena. That one's right there. Let me see if it'll focus on that. And that is an owl. And Rena, funny enough, my wife loves owls. So thank you for that, Rena, for that postcard. And then this one of a beautiful sunset out in Colorado. This is the Bear Lake State Park in Colorado. Beautiful sunset. It says, hope this finds you doing well. This is a picture of one of our favorite places. Lots of neat, what does that say? Playgrounds for both kids and adults. Rena LaRue. Thank you so much, Rena. I really appreciate that. Love postcards. That's one thing that I love to get in the thing. Hey, Casey, good to see you as well. Hey, Patty, Rudy Lonzo, not Alaska Proper Rudy. Passamaquoddy, I see you popping in there as well. CKOC. All right. I think I got most everybody in there. If I missed you, I do apologize. What's up, big dog? I just saw you pop in there as well. So the reason I want to talk about this is because there's a lot of things going on in regards to what's coming. Winter's right around the corner. No matter how we look at it, 100 degrees here in Florida. Florida doesn't change much. We're going to get down into the 70s, maybe in the heart of winter, December, February, somewhere between there, we might get into the 45s to 50s. That's like spring weather for most of you folks out there in the northern regions. Thank you, Lady T, for that. Yeah, listen to Lady T. She says, hit that thumbs up button. I wonder if I switch over to this other screen, I can probably see the thumbs up. Oh, yeah, we're doing pretty good. Not a bad average. Anyways, folks, so I have a couple slides that I want to show you. This is a little bit of culmination of everything from energy crisis to rolling blackouts to what the forecast is moving forward in the Farmer's Almanac. And they're pretty accurate, folks. The Farmer's Almanac has been quite around for quite some time. It dropped, I think, some early August. The Farmer's Almanac dropped. Matter of fact, do I have it? I want to make sure before oops, it looks like I froze there for a second on the YouTubes. Yes, I do have 3 different websites linked in this description in case you guys want to check on some of this stuff as well. So shall we get in? Oh, let's do the updates first. One of the big updates was I had a great birthday. I want to thank for you folks that reached out to me via email or in the comment section. Saturday was my birthday. We celebrated on Sunday. I had a lot of family show up. I had a lot of surprises pop up. I want to thank you all for wishing me a happy birthday. There's a lot of other September birthdays. Little Miss Gray's birthday is coming up on the, let me see, we got in 2 weeks, Little Miss Gray's birthday will be on a Tuesday. So that would be pretty interesting. And hopefully, I don't know if she wants me to do a live stream or not. So we'll see when that happens. This is several weeks away, but let's let Miss Grace. And thank you all for the birthday wishes in chat. I truly appreciate that. I was going to do a birthday stream, but then I figured, I did one last year and I had lots of fun, folks. And, but the wife was she wanted to do a little bit more and she wanted to make it special. And then a lot of families showed up. So I decided not to do a birthday stream this year. Thank you all for that. What's up, Scrapper? Good to see you as well. Rocka, Hig Homestead, Boots and Bounty. I appreciate that, Boots and Bounty. That's awesome. But thank you all so much for the belated birthdays and whatnot. But I figured I would mention it here on the chat, right? Also, some of you folks are like, great, aren't you moving? We thought you were moving. Yes. So about 4 weeks ago, I got an email from the housing developers or contractors or whatever. And they said, hey, we got to do the carpet. We got to do a few touch-ups. And then 2 weeks ago, or about almost a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, they sent me a letter saying, hey, we're almost done. It should be ready here in a couple of weeks. Basically, they're doing the landscaping and all that garbage and stuff like that. Whatever. I don't care. I'm in no rush. I'm stuck in this house. Well, I'm not stuck in this house, but I'll be living in 2 different spots for quite some time because the lease is up in November. So even if I move into the new place, I will start moving into the new place here in September, but it's going to be a nice controlled move. If any of you guys folks out there, you guys are preppers, or homesteaders or whoever you are, and you move into a new place, being that you're moving into a new homestead or new home or whatever you do, moving a prepper is a lot more complicated than just doing a regular move. What's up, D14? Getting more shocking, right? Thank you, Dreams Acres. I see you in there hanging out. Patty, good to see you. Hig, and so then you understand my issues, Hig. So actually, I'm very appreciative that I'm going to have a month or 2 to move in slowly because I have to build out the pantry room. I have to build out a bunch of different things for that move. And of course, you guys are going to get some intriguing content during that time. And also, I wanted to let my members know, the members that have been hanging in there for almost 2 years, I put out a little bit of content on the members only thing. I finally got a rig for my car, and I talked to my wife about something I want to do for the members. So once or twice a week, I might be doing something special on the members only tab. So you members that have been here for quite some time, I will be doing a little personalized thing for you folks and some behind the scenes things. I finally got the gear that I wanted to use in my vehicle for that. It's kind of going to be like a coffee or drive to work with Grey kind of thing like that. And we're just going to be talking. It's just going to be completely unscripted, untopic. We're just going to be talking. Whatever happens to be on my mind, that's what we're going to be discussing. It'll be a short thing. I don't know if I should do it live, because live and driving is probably not the best thing, but I'll probably just do a little video, then edit it when I get to work and post it on the members only thing. Eventually, maybe I'll let those release down the road to general public or whatnot, or the general subscribers and whatnot. So those are kind of things like that. Now, the big announcement is for everybody that's here, we have 153 amazing people in here from what I can see right now, and 109 thumbs up. Next week on the 13th, on Tuesday, I have some special guests. They're going to be joining me for National Preparedness Month. And when I say their names, you should kind of get an idea of what I'm leaning towards. So I'm going to be on my channel on November 13th at 7 p.m. Eastern, or November, God, I'm going crazy, folks. On the 13th of September, excuse me, I will be having Eric and Becky from Nutrient Survival on the channel for National Preparedness Month. Now, you folks have been watching what Nutrient Survival is doing. They're doing daily giveaways for 30 days. They're going to be doing something special on my channel when they join me. So if you kind of get the hint, Becky will be on the channel with Eric, but focus on Becky. When Becky's here, you guys know what happens. I feel like I don't need to say it. So folks, join me next week. Or is it the 13th? What is today anyways? Today is the 6th. Yeah, next Tuesday. So it's next Tuesday on 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Join me, Eric and Becky from Nutrient Survival on this channel. And we're going to have some fun. What's up, Alabama Whitman? Good to see you. Yeah, right, Scrapper. I agree 100%. What's up, Van Roo? Good to see you. Yeah, Eric and Becky are always fun. We have this great chemistry. Just like me and Rudy had this great chemistry. There's some folks that we just mesh well. You know what I mean? And maybe it has to do with Eric's history and my history with Becky and whatnot. But they're good folks. They're honestly some good people out there, and they have a great product. So let's get into the topic of discussion tonight is winter 2022. And some people say, Grey, no, we don't want to talk about winter just yet. Some of you guys have got your fall harvest in, like we talked about last week with the garden and stuff like that. But I feel we need to talk about this because here's the thing. And at the end of this, out of my slides, I'm going to have a little preparedness checklist to kind of give you guys some tips and some ideas that maybe you didn't think about, and just to spark those, those firings in your brain, like, oh, that's a good idea, Grey. Maybe we should get involved in that as well. Maybe I need to go pick that up before it gets too cold. For me in Florida, it's not going to be a huge thing, but we still prepare like there's going to be a winter here in Florida, because you just never know what's going to happen in the world today. And some of you folks may be asking about the Kamala Harris thing. I don't know, folks. We'll find out tomorrow. If that's the case, I guess it'll come to light. I have no idea. I haven't had a chance to watch the video. I don't know what it entails. I know tomorrow morning, we're going to be test firing a intercontinental ballistic missile. Maybe that has something to do with it. Who knows? Supposedly everybody knows about it. The Russians know about it. China knows about it. So who knows? But I'm not going to do some sort of scare tactics like, tomorrow they're going to be shooting an intercontinental ballistic missile into the air. The Air Force is launching this tomorrow. Now it's something that is expected, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we won't be here tomorrow. Anyways, folks, so something that I got right before I started the live stream, I'm going to go to that slide first, and then we're going to get into this whole discussion. Nomad Prepper, good to see you. Happy birthday. Or thank you for me, my happy birthday. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. All right, so let's kind of dive into this. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Let me move this over here so that you guys can see it and make it bigger. I've noticed that sometimes with these streams, and I don't share my screen appropriately, you guys can't see it. So I'm getting better at showing these things so they're easier to see. All right, and let's add this to the stream. This was just something that popped up just before I got on the stream. I got a notification, so I figured I'd share it with you because this happens to do with what we're talking about. This happens to do with California. I think they're in a level 3 situation right before they push into the rolling blackouts. Excuse me. As you can see there, it says consumers advised to be prepared for possible outages. Power grid narrowly averted outages on Monday and Tuesday, likely to be tighter. Folsom, California, the California Independent Systems Operator, ISO, is alerting Californians to be ready for potential rotating power outages on Tuesday evening, so that's tonight, as the hottest weather of a historic heat wave is forecast to push electricity demand to an all-time high. If outages are initiated, consumers can expect to receive notifications from power providers of the areas affected and time and duration. The ISO declared an energy emergency alert, an EEA, for 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. tonight, which signals participants to bid more energy into the market and allows the ISO to tap into energy demand response programs that provide financial incentives for reducing energy use. The ISO is expected to declare an EEA 3 around 5:30 p.m., one step away from ordering rotating outages. So anyways, I thought that was interesting, folks. Think about this. This was last year. This wasn't even last year. This was January of 2022, folks. This is why I feel this is a topic that folks need to be prepared for. And we can always fall back to the whole Texas situation. Chief Prepper, I had him on the channel. He discussed that. A lot of you folks, Texas tea. A lot of the folks out there in Texas know this firsthand. For some reason, my throat gets itchy whenever I do a live stream. Anyways, it says winter storms left almost 1 million customers without power along the U.S. East Coast on Monday, according to the Weather Channel. Remember, this is January of 2022, not right now. Winds, rain, and snow from New Jersey to Alabama were responsible for at least 3 deaths, the New York Times reported. It says by Tuesday morning, most customers had power restored, but according to Power Outages USA, as of 9:45 Eastern Standard Time, more than 270,000 remained offline in Virginia. Some of you Virginians might remember this. Dominion Energy had 390,000 customers without power at the height of the snowstorm on Monday, but in Tuesday's tweet said crews had restored power to more than a quarter million of those. Today will be joined by crews from across the country to assist in the restoration of the utility company had stated. I don't know what's up with me and the cough. But anyways, folks, so this was January 2022. The reason I wanted to bring this up is to give us a starting point. It's been a hot summer, right? Very, very warm, hot, and humid summer, which has been stressing the grid as well. Well, from what's being expected from you folks out there in these places that can deal with, that you not really deal with, but get these nasty winter storms, having no power is extremely critical. Here in Florida, same situation with the heat. Our infrastructure is a little bit different down here. I have not seen any blackouts or any rolling power outages or anything this year in regards to the heat here in Florida. We're just used to it because the old folks that live here, some of those folks without heat, without air conditioner probably would not make it. Let's move on to the next one. So right here, this is right now. This is right now. And you guys might have even seen this. It says roughly 1 in 6 American households are behind on their utility bills. 1 in 6 are behind on utility bills. Now there's programs that can help people out. But the switch of a button, folks, they can just shut you off. They don't have to come to your house no more. They don't have to turn the pot. They don't have to call you and knock on your door and put a little thing on there. You don't pay your bill. They just shut you off. Anyways, as energy prices surge across the U.S. to the highest level in nearly 15 years, in the U.K., that's in the U.S., and then in the U.K., household energy bills are up 80%. Some people said they're up 100%, double from what they were last year. But anyways, they're saying 80%. This is from Bloomberg News. Energy writer Will Wade joins Geoff Bennett to discuss this whole situation. The UK, France, all those people that are dependent on Russian oil, Russian fuel, natural gas, all that stuff like that, are feeling hurt. They're feeling the pain, as they like to say. They're feeling the pain. Anyways, kind of what we just discussed. I'm not going to go over the article, being that I just posted that one thing earlier in this live stream. Doesn't seem to be redundant, but widespread power outages across California's Bay Area after emergency is declared. This was today, so this has to do with what I was talking about. I had an article that I was going to associate with that. And folks, don't worry, this is not going to be all slides and me talking. As soon as we get through these slides, I will do some Q&A in chat. I can't see chat right now. Maybe I can see chat if I do this. I can see kind of an idea in chat. That worse or better? What is the baseline? Queekney, good question. I would have to do more research on that, Queekney. So good question. You got me. I don't know. 1 in 6. I would have to look at the research on there. Being that the economy is the way it is, I'm assuming that it's abnormally. If they're making a headline about it and they're talking about it and discussing the situation, it's probably not something that's normal. Maybe it's like, 1 in 15 or 1 in 10, but that still seems high. Okay, so let's say, do you know 6 people? Reach out to those 6 people and ask them, hey, you paying your power bill? If they want to give you that information, or maybe you have family members, ask some of those folks. Me personally, I do know some folks that are not being able to pay their power bill, even here in Florida. And our power bills have jumped, but not as bad as I've seen across the U.S. Anyways, let me skip over to the next slide. Here we go. So as heat and utility bills rise, expensive electricity becomes a health risk. So what they mean by this is the health risk is that people in the summertime will basically perish or have heat stroke or have situations arise where the heat may affect them. So this has to do with your energy again. Also, let's look at the winter. People, if we look at Texas, to use that as an example, children froze to death because some people weren't prepared. A lot of people went through some very, very bad situations down there in Texas. We covered it. A lot of other channels covered it. Some of you guys lived through it. So yes, currently we're dealing with heat, but this also affects the winter. If we're dealing with this much crap in the summertime, and I'll go into the forecast for the winter, and the winter is not looking good, folks. So if you like the heat, enjoy it while you can, right? So just to kind of look at Florida and as an example, I wanted to bring this article up. It says, this happens to deal with Delray Beach, Florida. It says, is your budget busted by higher gas and food prices? A lot of you guys know that gas and food are still up there. It's not like it has disappeared. We're still not making any more to cover this cost. Anyways, it says the cost of using an air conditioner doesn't help with bills as the summer heat ramps up. Some seniors say their recent utility bills are so high they can't pay them and need help. So again, to refer back to Quickney, this is unprecedented. There's always a group of folks that have trouble struggling, the poor, but most of your retirees, they usually don't have this much issues, but they're having a lot of issues. Matter of fact, I talked to a lady named Michelle. I'm not going to use her last name, over at the center where they help people. I like to talk to a lot of different people who basically, there's a certain program they have here in my county that help people. And she says they're out of funds. They've gotten so they get all these different funds to help them, pay each other or help people pay their bills. It's not looking too good for them, folks. The money's drying up. From my understanding, DeSantis is going to be passing some federal regulatory stuff to kind of resurplus those folks. But imagine you go to look for help and they say, no, I'm sorry, the funds aren't there. And I know some people like that'll never happen. It's happened to me, folks. I've been down in the gutter at one point in my life and went for help. And they said, sorry, the funds aren't available. You can check back with us in a week. But I'm like thinking to myself, I have 3 little ones. I can't check back in a week. I need the power back on now. My position was I was transitioning jobs. And of course, one of the jobs didn't want to pay me. So that's just something, a part of my life that I had to deal with, but I got through it. But anyways, so it does happen. It says, according to the U.S. Energy Information Administration, the average home's monthly electric bill in Florida has little more than $120, which is about 13% higher. $125 to me is cheap. My electric bill right now that I'm paying is about $225 a month. It says it's about 13% higher than national average. Well, folks have been telling me down in Texas and other places that they're paying their electric bills are $300, $400, $500. I doubt they would just want to tell me that just to make that story up. I'm going to try to back up there. JT, thank you for that. I'm trying to look at make sure I didn't miss anything in chat. Victoria Rose, I appreciate that. I've had to restart my life several times by bad decisions. And that's what kind of led me throughout my life when I finally made it a point when something happened to me. That's when I got into the emergency preparedness between hurricanes and financial decisions that I made growing up. Some things happen, and now I'm in a position where I'm pretty much ready for almost anything. Anyways, that happens to deal with Florida. I wanted to use that as a thing. So one more thing on Florida real quick. And now you guys are like, I don't care about Florida. I care about Florida. But anyways, it says, and this is what I mean by Florida's weather is not really that bad. That's why a lot of people retire to this state, folks. Region 5 is Florida. Winter will be colder and rainier than normal, 1 degree below average. That's not much, folks. In December, 3 degrees below average in January and 4 degrees below average in February. 1 degree below average in March. The coldest temperatures in early to late January and mid-February. You'll see me out in the woods because that's when I enjoy my hikes the most, when it's this type of weather. Anyways, moving away from Florida, as you can see, I'm kind of pushing through this a little quickly. We're going to get into the Farmer's Almanac at this point and what the Farmer's Almanac is predicting. This kind of gives you this is kind of like a breakdown of how they classify things in the Farmer's Almanac. I don't know how many times they're going to say that in this live stream. Anyways, when you see the graphs that I'm going to show you, they're maps pretty much. When it says how cold, what I really want you to pay attention to is right here. It says the north central states are forecast to experience extremely cold temperatures, possibly 40 degrees below zero. I don't know how many of you folks live in the north central states, which is basically the center of the United States, the center northern region of the United States. 40 degrees below zero. That's crazy cold, folks. That's crazy cold. And then it says shovel worthy, lots of snow. It says a stormy winter on schedule, especially for the eastern half of the country. For some areas, this means snow, but for others, it result in more slush and mush. January 2023 looks to be the stormiest for many areas, including Texas, Oklahoma, where heavy snow is predicted during the first week. So Texas, folks out there in Texas and in Oklahoma, you are predicted with heavy snow in the first week of January. So be forewarned. Unfortunately, a dry winter is predicted for the Southwest states, which won't help the drought situation. So we're going to roll into next year's drought situation. The drought situation has already been exacerbated and continuing right now. And we're going to roll into next year in these certain regions in the Southwest states. We're going to roll back into summer and be moving back into another drought. Like I said, it's not getting any better. Anyways, that's that. So let's look at the map. To kind of give you an idea of this map, this is kind of giving you an idea of where you might live in the United States and what could you expect. And here you got Wisconsin over here, and parts of Wisconsin is in that cold, dry thing, so it's going to be extremely cold. Of course, you got these parts that are going to be snowy, all the way down into this part of Texas. If you're in that north kind of eastern region, even central east, I don't know how you want to call it, cold and snowy. There's going to be a dry cold in this part of the area and then cold and wet in Florida. I don't mind being at cold and wet in Florida. I'm looking forward to cold and wet in Florida, to be honest with you. Now, I want to move over to this map here to kind of give you an idea what I mean by the whole thing. So if you live in Portland in that area, brisk normal precipitation. So Portland is going to have a normal weather pattern this year. Then you got California, Nevada, and a few other states. I think that's what's Arizona, mild and drier than normal. So you guys aren't going to get any replenishment of in the situation about the drought that you've been dealing with all summer. But if you look in that north, that central region right there, it says hibernation zone, glacial zone, hibernation zone, glacial, snow-filled. So snow and freezing temperatures for majority of the center of the state. And then you got Texas, chilly, normal participation, except for that one part where they said it's going to be some heavy snows. Then you got Michigan and down in those areas, Virginia. What else do we got down there? I think Indiana and other places down there. And reasonably cold and snowy. And then up in the northeastern region by New York, significant shivers, slush, icy, and snowy. Honestly, I hate the ice and the slush. Living in Michigan, when you get the spring and you get those flurries and then you get that wet snow and then it turns into slush, and it's just horrible driving through that. And then down by me in my area, shivery and wet and slushy. So basically, it's going to be a quite intriguing winter, and I hope all you folks out there are going to take this to heart and make sure that you're prepared for, if you're in one of these zones in these areas, you're going to be prepared. So I wanted to, I know someone else has talked about this. It might have been even Alaska Prepper that discussed this. Some people say, well, we'll just turn the dial up or down. You know what I mean? If it's too hot, we'll turn the dial to get colder. If it's too cold, we'll turn the dial up and get warm. Well, a lot of these folks nowadays, they have a situation where you have these digital thermostats, these smart thermostats. And from my understanding, the folks supposedly, they signed away their life pretty much on the dotted line. It says Colorado utility company locks 22,000 thermostats in 90-degree weather due to energy emergency. I think they only let you. I think they could only go as low as 80 degrees or something like that. Anyways, from my understanding, a little bit more into this story, because I don't want to mislead you. But one thing to show you is that this can happen. A utility company, if you don't pay attention to the paperwork or anything that you might want to say, hey, I might save a few bucks. Let me go ahead and check this box off. They can control the amount of they can control your thermostat, the amount of power coming into your house. I'm like, okay, you know what? Yeah, we're going to conserve back. So you can't put it up or down. You can't change your thermostat. You have a very small window. Some people were they were upset because it was hot. But just be aware, when you sign on the dotted line, you never know what you might be signing to. Pay attention to that stuff like that. But it goes to show you that that's possible, that's a possibility that people might experience more situations like this in the wintertime. They're doing it in Europe, folks. If you look at some of the other places like Norway, Sweden, France, the UK, they're doing similar things like that. And limiting you the amount of power. Matter of fact, I think the old British UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson said, hey, I guess you're going to have to use some alternative means because the government's not going to be able to help you. Anyways, I wanted to throw this up because the whole situation over there in the UK, and we're almost done, folks, with these little slides, and then we'll get back to a normal stream. Anyways, it says August 30th, which is not too long ago, about a week or so ago, France, one of Europe's top power exporter, may not produce enough nuclear energy this winter to help European neighbors, seeking alternatives to Russian gas, and may even have to ration electricity to meet its own needs. So someone who exports power is going to have to ration their power because they want to meet their own needs for their own populace. So what does that do for the rest of the European nations that depend on France? Now, France is just one key component to this puzzle. You can see what's highlighted, or not even highlighted, but Russian gas, because Russia said, yeah, it's broken. We don't know what's going on. It'll come on eventually. That's what they're saying. And Russia's making a lot of threats saying, if you either pay this way, or you do this, or you work with us, or you get none. You know what I mean? That's the power that those folks have given the Russians. Hey, it is what it is. They want to go green, and these are some of the consequences they're going to be dealing with. It says France for years have helped underpin Europe's electricity supply by providing about 15% of the region's total power generation. But this year, for the first time since French records began, so this is what I mean by unprecedented. This is the first time since records were being recorded in France and French records began in 2012. France has become a net power importer as its own production of nuclear energy hit a 30-year low based on data from a consultancy company right there, whatever that you want to say, ENAP Systems. So this is what the situation is with the UK. A lot of you folks might be from the UK. I have some folks that watch me that are from the United Kingdom and send me a little bit of tidbits of information and share information with me. It says the UK is planning for several days over the winter. They are currently planning for several days over the winter when cold weather may combine with gas shortages, leading to organized blackouts for the industry, even households. So businesses and households, there might be a couple of days where you might not have any power. Just imagine that. It's the dead of winter. You need to heat yourself. Hopefully those folks have fireplaces. Hopefully those folks have, a great stockpile of wood. Hopefully they have alternative means of heating themselves. Maybe some emergency blankets, maybe some other different things. Hopefully they won't see something really tragic happen. It says under the government's latest reasonable worst case scenario, Britain could face an electricity capacity shortfall totaling about a sixth of a peak demand. Even after energy coal plants have been fired up, according to people familiar with the government's planning. So they're firing up their coal plants. Go figure. Under that outlook, below average temperatures and reduced electricity imports from Norway and France could expose 4 days in January when the UK may need to trigger emergency measures to conserve gas, they said. I think, does that wrap it up? Okay, so we're going to talk about that. I'm going to bring this up here in a second. Let me go to chat real quick before we get into this. All right, my apologies that I haven't been paying attention to chat. Free at last. Is this the -40 with the wind chill or actual thermometer reading? From my understanding, it's that's the temperature. When you add the wind chill in there, matter of fact, was it last year? There were some crazy wind chills out there in that region. Someone had mentioned it to me, their temperatures. We'll look at that point. come January on a live stream, we'll look at how some of you folks are faring out in some of these places. But in the article, they just said temperature. They didn't say anything about factoring in wind chill or nothing like that. I'm glad I caught that. Jennifer Cruz, yeah, come to Florida. Florida, I'm telling you folks, Florida has its pros. We have a great governor. Some people say it's one of the freest states in the union. One of them. There's a few others out there. But all in all, the weather's pretty nice. It's hot, it's muggy, it's sticky, and we have big bugs. If you can deal with that, you're good to go. I agree, VidB. Snow can be fun. Now, I know some folks, when I was younger, I used to play in the snow all the time in Michigan. It would be, 20 degrees, 15 degrees, maybe even colder. I'd be out in the snow for hours. Oh, I just saw something that made me laugh. Prepping Survival says, I prefer snow to be on TV, right? My daughter wants to see snow. So eventually we're going to have to take a vacation, at least maybe up in Tennessee or somewhere if it gets some snow out there. Four says, wind chill cuts like a knife. That it does. When I lived in Michigan, you would get that wind off the lake. And man, it's that bone chilling because it's a wet cold in Michigan. Michelle probably knows that 100%. Anybody else who lives in Michigan probably knows that having that big body of water there in the wintertime, you get lake effect snows. You get that wet snow, that wet cold that kind of chills you to the bone. It's not like a dry cold, which is a little bit more tolerable from my understanding that they deal with out in Colorado. I may not come back. Roger that. What's up, Big Bear Prepper? Good to see you. Pilgrim says, I love the snow. I'm just not shoveling it. Right on. I agree. What's up, Minute Man? I just saw you popping in there too. He says, last winter we got temps around 5 degrees, and with the wind it was negative 14. Roger that. Let me see. Pampa J, I want your hat. It's funny. My wife got me this. She says, babe, I'm tired of you wearing the same 2 hats all the time. So she bought me a hat. I love this hat. She knows my taste. I do enjoy this hat. I love it. You'll probably see a lot more of it in regards to it being on the channel. But Pampa J, it was pretty cool. I was very happy that she picked out this. I love it. His sweetie says, I got a big bat for bugs. Roger that. Come here to munitions. That would be I would love to take a trip out there to Alaska. I can visit you. I can visit Alaska Prepper. I can Frontier Preppers. There's a lot of folks out there. I told the wife, I said, maybe you should move to Alaska. She said, no, I'm not moving to Alaska. She gets cold here in Florida. She gets cold every night. She has to bundle up in the evening. I honestly, I had the air condition set around 77 degrees. To me, that's hot, but I do it for her. Maybe because I'm just a big guy. Van Roo, I agree 100% with you. We have a great governor, and I'm not going anywhere either. Let me see here. I'm going to try to scroll down. Big Bear Purper says we get a lot of lake effect from Lake Erie here in Northeast Ohio. Roger that. I got some friends in Ohio. Snow is overrated. DM, good to see you. Coffee mug and patch. Roger that. Love it. Hello, everyone. I'm late. Had to take care of all the rabbits. Hey, good to see you, Carol. And folks, I always tell you, folks, if you can't make the live stream, that's fine. You guys are busy. You got lives. If you're out in the garden, taking care of the kids, you got families, there's always the replay. I know it's not the same because you don't get to interact with folks in chat. But usually I'm just sitting here rambling on. But folks seem to tune in every Tuesday to hang out with myself in the community. So I really appreciate that. Oh, I just saw something. Pony Girl says 77 is cold to me. So Pony Girl, you must be very petite like my wife. Oh, man. But, I was reading a book. God, what is it? It's another EMP book. I'm a sucker for EMP and grid down books. I have to find the author for you. But they're working on breeding rabbits for meat right now. I just finished the first book out of 4. I'm working on book 2. Let me see here. I don't shovel snow. It blows out of the yard into the road. Right on. My stepfather, when he bought a snowblower, that was like the greatest invention. I was so happy because I didn't have to shovel snow anymore. And then guess what I did? I decided to start a small business at 14 years old and go shovel people's driveways and salt the sidewalks just to put myself through more pain and misery. Let's try gardening. Got to go to orientation for school. Right on. Right on. Well, thank you for hanging out with us for a bit. What time is it anyways? Oh, we're about 42 minutes in. Zombie Prepper, good to see you. Scotty Drake, you as well. Mo Prepper. I'm catching some of you folks now. Marine 84, iffy. 20 below is cold to me. I agree, 100%. 20 below is very cold. I was reading OkiCon, sorry. I was reading her thing to Dragon Slayer. What's up, East Tennessee Preparedness? Asif, good to see you, man. Did you get your gift card a while back? I sent you with that you won on someone else's channel. I think I sent it to you. I'm pretty sure it was you. Hopefully I didn't get you mixed up with anybody else. I'm backing up to see. So let's get into the Q&A part of this real quick. Thank you, Asif. I appreciate that. Love this channel. Hope all is well. Everything is great. Yes. Okay. You were the one. Okay. I wanted to make sure. I was going to say, because I know your name kind of stuck with me. I'm glad you received that gift card. What's up, Texas, too? Good to see you. Thank you for the super sticker. Love it, man. Appreciate the support. Mama Bear J15 says, rather be cold than hot. Mama Bear, you 100%. I agree. I'd rather be cold than hot as well. Maybe because I've been a Floridian most of my life, but I definitely prefer to be cooler than in the hot, muggy weather. Brian Keith Prepper says, I uploaded a vid today from my channel. Thanks to the medical misinformation BS, I have a week in vacation from you. Wow. That's rough. That is rough. Let me see here. What's up, Zombie? Did I say what's up to you, Zombie? Blue Ridge Survival and Prepping. Evening. Marty Lauderdale says evening as well. Hi, mods and chat from North Carolina mountains. Awesome. I love the mountains. Some people who live there don't probably appreciate it as much as someone who has never lived in the mountains. That's why my buddy who's building some off-grid locations is a spot in the mountains for me and the wife and the kids and whoever else happens to be in my party, I guess. But yeah, because people, for me, I see the ocean all the time. So to me, I'm used to the ocean. I was born on an island and I see the ocean all the time. So the ocean is kind of played out for me per se, right? That some people come down here from the mountains or other places and like, wow, this is beautiful. I'm like, yeah, it has its moments. It's relaxing, but I've seen it so much. It's kind of like you just get used to it. It becomes bland. But sometimes I'm really appreciative of the ocean because of what the ocean has to offer. Coffee tastes better in the cold. I agree, Richard. I agree, Richard. 100%. I love having coffee on a cold morning. Sometimes I'll splurge and have a little bit of hot cocoa. I like to have a hot cocoa and favorite little kind of things in there. I also like the peppermint kind of hot cocoa. Now you're making me think about the winter and what I want to drink this coming winter. Ann Palmer says, nope, give me heat. Love Louisiana weather. And your weather's very similar to mine. You have that wet, muggy kind of humid heat. I figure from the folks that I've spoke with down in Louisiana. What's up, Prepping Texan? Good to see you. Yeah, 60 Pilgrim Prepper, I agree. 60 degrees is that sweet spot. Here's my perfect living environment. No higher than 65 during the day and no lower than like 45, 50 in the evening. If there was a spot on this planet where that's where the temperature was, wouldn't that be awesome? At least for me, that's my perfect temperature. Not too hot, not too cold. I can go hiking every day without, sweating 5 gallons of water. I don't have to deal with all these different bugs. I think gardening would be a little bit more funner in the aspect of a lot more plants are more tolerable in that 70 to 50 degree range. I figure I can grow more. Just my perspective on that. Now, Jennifer, it's great. I love this stuff. Thank you, Mama Bear J15. What's up, Ostlander? Check out Global Walkout Step 1. Pay for everything in cash for at least a week. Ostlander, that would be quite interesting to see if people would actually do that. But it's the younger generation. What is it? The Gen Z? Is that what they call them? The Gen Zs? And those folks around that thing, they won't. In my place of business, all I see, people always pay by card. 80% of my transactions are card. And I always say, when they have an issue with their card, do you have any cash? They're like, oh, I don't carry cash. These folks are primed for a cashless society. They're primed for that, the digital currency. They probably will embrace it. Us folks definitely don't want that because then we know that they have more control over us. me see. Pony Girl says, Gray, back in the day, California had the perfect weather and not so expensive. Pony Girl, someone else told me that. I have a friend of mine that lived in the, I think the Southern California area. And he said you would have loved the temperature there. But with the politics and the homelessness and all the other things that are going on there, I couldn't imagine what it must be like at this point. Yarn Prepper says, we always pay by cash. Me too, Yarn. That's one of my favorite ways of payment. I have cards, but I don't want to put myself in the debt. So if I have the cash, I just pay for it. Matter of fact, even if I was to use a credit card or something to that extent, I usually, if I don't have the cash to cover it, I'm not going to use that card. I do have a debit card. You know, most folks do. But we have to have a checking account or a bank account to pay certain bills because everything is electronic this day and age. I mean, how many mortgage companies or landlords accept cash? There's a few, but not as like they used to be, where it's just a little handshake. Hey, I'm going to live here and here's cash. Miss those days. Roger that, Dakota. And for what's up, Mark? Good to see you as well. And Mark's out of Wisconsin. Mark, are you ready for this winter? Are you ready for this winter? Looks like it's going to be a pretty nasty winter out there in Wisconsin, brother. But I'm pretty sure we'll talk on the phone. Wow, Dragon. That's intriguing. Night Kiri, D. Paul. That's really cool. And I hear that a lot. Bring on the winter, Mark says. Come with a hot risk thou. You guys are awesome, folks. Don Line says, hot and rainy in Texas. Folks, I wish it's been so Florida's been really funny this year in the summer. And JT, you can vouch for me on this one because we're neighbors pretty much. We're in the same county. It looks like it's going to rain in Orlando area, and it looks like it's coming our way, and then nothing. Every day I get excited. Oh, I don't have to water the plants today. And then it doesn't rain. And then it's the next day, it's just heat. And the UV rays are very, very bad. I see. Thank you for the super chat. I always carry $50 cash and here in some money for gas. It's funny. I taught a friend to keep some money hidden in his vehicle, some cash, small bills. I told him at least $100. Some people can afford that. $50 is better than not having nothing at all. So that's really cool to see that you do that. Let me see here. Where are we at? Let me see if I missed any questions. I buy money orders to pay bills, use a prepaid debit card to buy online with everything else is cash. Roger that, Minuteman. And it's kind of what you have to do if you want to stay under the radar, brother. And they're trying to put a stop to all that. Matter of fact, folks, I guess I should have mentioned this in the beginning. Don't send me money via PayPal. PayPal canceled my account. And what I mean by that is PayPal canceled the GreyMan Prepping account because I couldn't verify my identity. And I told them, I said, this is for my YouTube channel. I'm not giving you my identity. And they said, oh, well, any money that you have in there, we're going to get rid of it. Or you got to take it out. We're not going to take it from you, but you got to take it out because we're canceling that account. So no more PayPal for Gray, which I don't care. I still have the Cash App and all the other stuff in there. But yeah, I got that notification just yesterday. What's up, Enough Said? Love the mountains as well. Mo Prepper, right on. Yeah, neither do I at this point. When I first started YouTube, everybody said you do this and do that. So I started doing all this stuff like that. And some of it's come to bite me in the butt. What's up, Marty? Yeah, Jennifer, there's always something happening, right? Prepping Texan, no. Discord said they will ban any account that is associated with my email or anything with GreyMan or, what I had on there. They said, don't try it. I could, but it took a year and a half to build that Discord up. I have built a Telegram. No one's on it yet. I just had the Telegram. I'm waiting. I have a few things in the works. I communicate with people on, I know it's crazy, but Twitter hasn't gotten rid of me yet. I'm starting to build up my Instagram with pictures and stuff. Some companies and folks will DM me there. Me and Yarn communicate that way. I also have Getter. I have Truth Social. I'm not on my Facebook page that much. Every time I go on there, I add people that have requested that because it's linked to my YouTube. I also have, what else do I got? I got a bunch of stuff down below. I'm not on the Gab or the other stuff like that. I'm on BitChute. I'm working on the Rumble. The Rumble's coming. I'm working on that new intro and everything for Rumble for political and what is it? Kind of more of the controversial stuff. It's going to be called Grey Uncensored on Rumble, basically. I know I was hesitant as well when PayPal and eBay split. They both use another bank. You have to provide your real ID because of bank accounts. I agree. It's an invasive. I agree. 100%. What's up, Florida Glitz? Florida Glitz. Because grits is good in Florida, but Florida Glitz. I'm so bad at pronunciation sometimes. Pilgrim says Rumble is great. Yeah, I have the account. A lot of you folks have followed me on there. So that's awesome. I appreciate all the support. Trust me, I will have some things coming. Very uncensored, not kid-friendly, Grey Uncensored. We're just going no holds barred. Yeah, right, D14. Flyover State Fall. I do enjoy that. One thing I do like about fall is the fall festivals, the ambience of Christmas and Thanksgiving and family and stuff like that. So that's what I do look forward to the winter months. It's a lot more family orientated. My wife loves this time of year as we move into Halloween and Thanksgiving and New Year's and Christmas and all that stuff like that. She loves those type of holidays. So she does enjoy that time of the year. His sweetie, right on. I'm assuming a lot of folks, I just wanted to say that I don't want anybody to, if they have children, to be watching me on Rumble because it's going to be Grey Uncensored. I'm not going to be cursed like a sailor or something like that, but I'm just going to speak freely because on there I can speak freely 100%. I can say whatever I want to say with no, worried about what I have to say or getting, removed or whatnot. So I just want to let people know that it's probably not going to be kid friendly. And I'm going to just be speaking how I want to speak. Pony Girl, I'm definitely sending prayers. I see someone else's Smoke Prepper sending prayers as well. Let me see. I want to make sure the heat feels different this season in Florida. Lady Jacqueline, I agree. It's been really, really hot and muggy. Linda Bob, no problem. I saw you. A matter of fact, when I was lurking over on Nutrient Survival's live stream, I think I saw you over there. Yeah, right. Prepping Survival, 100%. 100%. Real quick. Mike Styles, that's where it's going to be going. I don't know if I should keep the same name because it's not going to be on Sundays. It's just going to be random over there. But yes, that type of content like that was on the Sunday Shift Report will be on the Rumble. And it will be, like I said, more uncensored, just kind of whatever I feel like saying, brother. Cat Lady Homestead Meow GreyMan, hello, missed you. Hey, long time no see. That's what I figured. I thought I saw you, Linda. Anyways, before I forget, Nomad, that happens all the time in those things like that. Mike Styles, I'll be 100% honest with you. A couple weeks ago, I did a live stream kind of saying the changes to the channel. My apologies in advance with what's going on in my life right now between the move and family life and a new company that we launched. Me and my business partner launched. I don't have a specific schedule on YouTube right now. Once I get moved over the next couple of months, I'm going to say by the end of this year, there'll be more of a schedule, back to a schedule at that point. But right now, there's not going to be a Sunday through Thursday guarantee with the schedule. I'm going to try to keep the live streams on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. so I can interact and share information like this with you folks. So that is one thing I'm going to keep on doing. I don't do the live streams on Thursdays unless I have time, but it's, like I said, it's just a lot of things happening. My apologies in advance. But I'm going to try to produce as much content as I can with the time allotted to me. But because a lot of it was affecting a lot of different things, like this weekend was my birthday, it was my wife's birthday, and then we have my daughter's birthday coming up in a couple of weeks. So there's just so many different things happening, the move, the packing, just very, very busy, brother. You see here, I want to make sure I didn't miss anything. I wanted to share one other thing with you folks before we wrap this live, because it's getting closer and closer. What's up, little Alaskan home place? I appreciate that, busy girl. Hey, things happen. Hey, Dot 457, good to see you. Good to see you as well, Nancy. I wanted to share this with you. If any of you folks want this, I can email it to you. What did I do with it? I think I had it here. I brought it up on the screen a little while ago. But let me see here. Make sure I can still see chat. Creative redundancy. I appreciate that. Flyover, that can be rough. Oki Khan, agreed. Moving is not going to be a fun thing. So I don't know if you guys watched my video that I put out, was it yesterday? And where I was showing my fire starting kit for National Preparedness Month. Some of you guys might have noticed that was cardboard because I have boxes everywhere in my house. We've been slowly starting to pack things that we don't use very often, packing some of the preps and stuff like that, because it's a lot to do. And there's only it's myself and my wife and my daughter. That's it. That's all we have. And we have a lot of stuff to move. Just so much going on. But I wanted to throw this up on the screen real fast. Let me see. I want to make sure I didn't miss anything. I agree, D14. Roger that, Nomad. Fireplaces and smiling faces. All right, so let me bring this last thing that I had up for you folks in regards to like a winter preparedness checklist. I took bits and pieces and kind of put like a little thing together here. A couple of websites I use and whatnot, and see what they suggested, and those kind of jive with me. But like and I figure a lot of you folks are preppers. You know what I mean? You guys have been prepping for a long time, but there's a lot of new folks out there. And this is just a couple ideas. What I forgot to put on here is stuff about first aid on here. So please have a lot of first aid on hand. Especially, I forgot where I put it at, but thermal emergency blankets, I did put that in there. So it says pantry essentials. Stuff like bottled water, canned goods, snack foods, cereal and granolas, anything jarred, from jellies to pickles, canned tuna and salmon. Got to have the protein, peanut butter and other shelf-stable nut butters, dried pasta, wax sealed hard cheese. I don't know if you guys buy that. I buy the little Happy Cow cheese with that's waxed and sealed. Love that stuff. Salted butter or ghee, stuff that can last at room temperatures in case you lose power. Dried fruits, nuts, jerky, energy bars, shelf-stable juice. I don't know if you guys have the box juice or the canned juice. They come in plastic, but coffee, tea, and hot cocoa mix. I like, and maybe some marshmallows, because I try to cut and paste some of this stuff from all the different sites that I was at. But I thought that marshmallows was kind of funny. But warm drinks, extra paper products like toilet paper and paper towels. Don't forget that we had the toilet paper crisis just a couple of years ago. And then some emergency essentials, like your flashlights, batteries, battery-operated radios, backup energy sources like portable power banks, or solar chargers, which we've done tons of reviews on this channel. A manual can opener, first aid kit, thermal emergency blankets, which is huge, a propane or kerosene space heater rated for indoor use. Make sure if you go that direction, it's rated for indoor use. You don't want to put yourself in harm. And yes, I'm moving through this fast because I'm trying to keep an eye on the time. And then don't forget about your pets or children. So at least 1 week of supply of prescription medications and medical supplies, at least. Depending on if you're used to your winter area and you get snowed in for 3 or 4 days, well, double that. Instead of prepping for a week, prep for 2 weeks for that kind of situation. Because if the winter is going to be worse than it usually is, then you might want to think, okay, it might be twice as bad as it normally is. So of course you want to kind of double up on things, right? Pet food and medicine. Don't forget about the pets, folks. Those pets take medicine. Those pets got to eat too. Some of you folks are smart and you guys make your own pet food. That's awesome. So just prepare for the little guys because pets are just like family members, folks. Baby food and formula. Think about this, folks. The formula situation still hasn't been resolved. There's a lot of places that are still, Mark told me in Wisconsin, he hasn't seen issues like that. But here in Florida, the shelves are still pretty much bare. They get stock and it disappears relatively quickly, even though there's a limit to per person. But anyways, and diapers and stuff like that. This is just kind of like just a little quick thing that I wanted to throw together. A little cutting and pasting from different websites that I found valuable information on that I wanted to share with you. Romans 12:18, good to see you. Bonnie Bethel, good to see you. Let me see. What did JT say? I got to go feed the bunnies. That's awesome. Gypsy Flat. Let me see. Jennifer, exactly. That was a bad situation when it comes to cold medicine. Wow, B Walker. See, and this is why we prep. This is why we prep. I'm trying to see what JT said. You could have planned your Florida folks get together and handed us empty box to fill as we came through the door. Right, JT? That is a great idea. Don't forget to feed your kids. Exactly, Viv B. You know, it's funny. A lot of folks sometimes will, they just don't think of it. They think of, they don't think of certain things. And it's, certain children need specific medications. Certain children need things to occupy their minds. Also, certain children specifically, they're not used to going through a survival situation. So you want to try to get them the foods that they're comfortable with. Of course, if it gets worse to a point, they're going to have to eat with whatever you have. But, get some snacks, some candy, some chocolates, some things like that. Because why not make a time like that? Let's say the power goes out. It's in the the dark of winter. And you plug in your little solar generator. You got like one of those little Mr. heaters or a fireplace. You got some, maybe you have a jet boil. You're heating up some water. You're going to make some hot cocoa. And you're going to play a board game, with maybe your Olight lantern or some candles and stuff like that. And to them, it'll just be fun, even though what's going on and it's a survival situation. But to them, they will feel comfortable. They will feel safe. Folks, it's really all about the kids. You want to make sure that they're not having to deal with that stress of the situation. We're there to absorb that and to protect our children. Let me see. Asif, thank you for the super chat. Usually the 2 winters after a solar minimum, 2019 to 2020, we have harsh winters, 2021 and 2022, 2023. East of the Mississippi River this year will be bad. I appreciate that, Asif, and thank you for that information. Tara Smile says, game cards and dominoes. Oh, yeah. I'll help with morale and spite what's going on. Roger that. What's up, Fluffy Otter? Good to see you. So hopefully, folks, you got any value out of this live stream? I hope you did. If not, if maybe you just had a good time. Maybe you enjoyed, communicating with others in the chat outside of just me rambling on about, slides and facts and, be prepared and all that stuff like that. But I really honestly just like to share this type of information because sometimes we just need refresher courses. Some folks don't pay attention to mainstream news because they hate what they see. And they look to YouTube of people like myself and others to get their information and stuff like that. So hopefully maybe I sparked some ideas. Maybe, I started some conversations with you folks in your families, or even here in chat. And folks, if you have any ideas or anything that pops up in your head that you didn't get to say during the live stream, put it down in the comment section. Live streams usually kind of go up and they go down and they disappear and they're forgotten about. But I like when folks leave things. If they enjoyed the stream, what could I have done better? Some constructive criticism, or just, hey, Gray, thanks for the live stream. Truly appreciate all those folks that kind of, drop things in the comment sections. Jennifer says, yes, we definitely need to be reminded because of all that's going on. It's easy to forget. Yes, we're compounded with so much information on a daily basis. It's crazy. And sometimes we just need that little push of like, oh yes, winter's coming. There's some things that I want to get. And what I mean by that is because it might be cheaper to buy it now before winter starts to get on its full swing, because it's just like every year before the summer heat in Florida comes, air conditioners are almost a third or sometimes even a half the cost versus during the right in the middle of July, air conditioners are skyrocketing and they become very hard to find. Fans have gone up. They go from, $5 to $10 to like $25 to $30 for a fan. Thank you, Okikon. I appreciate that. Thank you, Nate. I appreciate all you folks. You guys are awesome. Hello, Our Life. Yeah, Forrest, we're almost to 20K. And for you folks, when we hit that 20K, which will be almost there, that was funny what Rudy said, but we are going to be giving away 1 pound of silver. It's a little bit more than that. It's a little bit over a pound. 16 troy ounces. We'll be giving away 16 silver eagles once we hit that 20K on a live stream. So 16 folks in that chat, which I'm pretty sure will be popping, that will be giving away some silver. And Rudy said, hey, well, what are you going to do when you reach 100,000, Gray? I said, Rudy, I guess we're going to have to give away some gold. He said, really? He said, I said, yeah, why not? And he says, well, I'll be there for that one too. And I said, right on, Rudy. So who knows, if you guys stick around long enough, maybe the next year or two or a couple of years, however long it takes me, if I ever get to 100K, we'll be letting do some gold. 20K lets you get to 30K. Roger that, Linda. So yes, that's just my way of showing appreciation and giving back to the community, and just doing that. Usually all the money that I make off of YouTube, be it super chats, be it anything that I make off YouTube, AdSense and stuff like that, I put all back into the channel, and also do things at the end of the year. We're going to be doing a December giveaway, kind of like what Rudy did for August. Yeah, it was August. I'll be doing in November. I'm going to be doing a Christmas giveaway through several live streams in November, right before Christmas. So stay tuned for that. I'll make announcements in regards to that as well. Something to give back to you folks, the community, because times have been tough. And you guys take the time out of your day to watch my videos, to drop comments, to hit the thumbs up button. And you spend at least an hour or so with me on these live streams. So I got to give back to you folks, because without you, there would be no channel. So thank you all for all your support over the last year and a half. We'll be at 2 years in December. December 15th, we'll make our 2-year anniversary. Other than that, folks, thank you all for being here. Mods, thank you so much for being here as well. Love you guys. I feel like we have the best mod team on the planet. So thank you, mods, for always being here. You guys truly make everything run nice and smooth. Yeah, right, Viv, beat gold. Gold. And don't forget, if I ever forget, remind me, Viv, if you're here at 100K, we might say, Viv, Gray, you said you're giving away some gold. I'll make it worth everybody's while. I like to have fun, folks, and just to show my appreciation. Other than that, folks, please be safe out there. And remember, folks, you are not alone. You have myself and the great community here. Other than that, I'll catch you guys in the rebound. God bless and stay safe, folks.